Hey guys, today I'm filming my Hit It or Quit It thoughts on hauls number 38. If you guys have never seen one of these videos from me before, I'll have my playlist linked down below. And basically I'm going to be reviewing all the products I've featured in a haul video 10 months back and let you know my current thoughts on those products. Oftentimes once you see something featured in a haul, you never hear it mentioned again unless it's in a favorites or an empties. So what I like to do in these videos is review every single item that I hauled. My inspiration for this series is it's Kirsten and her What I Thought on Stuff I Bought series. I will have her channel and her playlist linked down below. A lot of other people are doing these videos now, which I love. I think that they're very, very interesting and helpful. And I'm also going to link down below the original haul video, and I will list and link all the items that I'm mentioning. This is probably going to be my shortest thoughts on hauls because I did not haul very many items at all. I actually only purchased one thing. I'd gotten two things from Influencer. I had gotten a huge box of nail polish from Lauren May Beauty. I am not going to be reviewing those today because I haven't tried them all, but I'll make sure to have that video linked so you guys can go watch the original video to see all of those polishes. And then I had gotten my monthly Sephora play box. So starting with the one thing I actually purchased, and that would be the Real Techniques Miracle Mini Eraser Sponges. It comes in a pack of 2 of these, and this shape is very similar to the original Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, but it isn't exactly the same. So instead of it being kind of curved at the top, it is flat, which I love because I think it presses against your lash line really, really well to get your concealer right on the lash line underneath of your lashes, which can sometimes be a little hard to do even with a nice little point like this. So you can definitely use the pointed side, but I prefer this more angled side. So it does have the angle, flat top. I just think it does an amazing job of applying and blending out under eye concealer. And I would say that the size of this is somewhere in between the Beauty Blender Micro Mini and the Beauty Blender Blusher. This is a perfect size because it is small enough to get right up under your eye, especially with the way that it is designed, but it isn't so tiny that you can't hold on to it. With the Beauty Blender Micro Mini, I feel like it is so small that it would feel like a pea in my hands, and I don't particularly have large hands or large fingers necessarily, but I can just imagine how hard that would be to grip onto and use it. But this works really, really well. So if you're interested in the Micro Minis from Beauty Blender, get this instead. I think the size, the shape, and obviously the price are way better. So I think it works fantastically. I highly recommend it, but I just don't think it's necessary to have if you already have another sponge you can use under your eyes. And then I had gotten an Influencer box, which was so exciting because it included 2 foundations. I absolutely love testing out and reviewing foundations, but I am very picky, and honestly I'm very picky in general. Most of the things I've received from Influencer I have not liked, which is a bummer, except for the new Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipsticks. I did really like those, but most of the things I've gotten from Influencer just aren't perfect for me. And sometimes I wonder if they even read my profile because they sent me 2 foundations that are for dry skin, and I have very oily skin. So the foundations that I received in this box would be the MakeUpForEver Ultra HD and the Ultra HD Stick Foundation. So even though these weren't targeted towards my skin type, I was still very excited to try them out with hopes that maybe they would work for me. So I have done first impression and follow-ups on both of these foundations, and I will be linking them up in the cards. So starting with the liquid foundation, that is a very popular foundation. I had the shade Y215, which was my absolute perfect shade match. It was very fair and very yellow. I have never found such a good shade match except for MAC NC15, but most of the time I have to mix foundations, so it was amazing to finally find a foundation that matched me perfectly. That was probably the only thing I liked about this foundation. It did have a very sheer light medium coverage with 2 layers, which is not something that I am down with, and I think that it could be a really good everyday foundation for someone that doesn't have a ton of redness to cover up, but for me it just did not give me enough coverage. Also, it had a dewy finish and I have very oily skin, and it just got really oily very quickly throughout the day. So while I think that's a good foundation, it just is not meant for someone with skin like mine. And I did end up passing that along to a friend. And then I tried out the Ultra HD Stick Foundation, and my shade was in Y225. Unfortunately, they don't have as many shades in the stick range, and that was the lightest yellow tone shade. So of course, it was too dark for me, which was a bummer. But the coverage of that foundation was incredible, and it just applied and blended out so smoothly on my skin. So coverage and the application was so fantastic, but it was a dewy finish, and I got very, very, very oily throughout the day. So I did end up passing that along as well. But if you have dry skin, I highly recommend that foundation because it felt so great on my skin. It gave amazing coverage, and a lot of stick foundations I think can really emphasize texture and any dryness on your skin, but that one did not. So I think it's an amazing product, but again, it is just not made for my skin type. And then I had showed you guys all those polishes I had gotten from Lauren. So again, make sure you check out the original video so you guys can see what all of those look like. So then I had my Sephora Play Box for the month, and the perfume sample was the YSL Mon Paris. And a lot of people love that fragrance. I could not stand it. It was very much like a floral, musky, powdery, grandma-like scent for me. I know a lot of people love it, but it just did not mix with my preferences and my body chemistry and everything, so I did get rid of that. Then the hair product I received is the Christophe Robin Regenerating Mask. I cannot stand the smell of this. I know that I've had something that smells similar to this that was a lotion. Gosh, I can't think of it, but I know that I cannot stand this smell. It's sweet, it's baby powdery, I don't know. I cannot stand this smell, but I haven't gotten rid of it. I'm contemplating keeping it to try to use it as a hair mask, just as a deep conditioning product for in the shower. So I haven't gotten rid of it yet. I figure I can at least try it once, and if I absolutely hate it, I can give it to my mom or my sister. This is a really good size, but the scent is just really, really throwing me off. And then the next product I have not used either. This is the Skin Inc Pure Revival Peel, and I need to use it. Well, it says that it doesn't expire until December 2018, so that's amazing. So I still have a while to use this, which is fantastic. It says it is a revolutionary non-abrasive peel that gently removes dullness and dead skin cells. Apply to dry face, leave on for 10 seconds, then massage in circular motion and rinse. 10 seconds? I don't understand how any product can actually have an effect on your skin in 10 seconds. So I want to try this out, but honestly I'm terrified. I've never used a peel, and obviously it can't be too intense or they probably wouldn't sell it. It would probably be something you'd have to go to a dermatologist to get. So I haven't tried it yet. I need to challenge myself. At the beginning of next year, I'm going to start doing my sample project pans again, and then I'll put this in there and make myself use it because I don't want it to expire, because it is a cool product, but I'm very scared of it. So let me know if you guys have tried that or any other peels. The next item is something I've finished up, which is good because the other two things I haven't used yet. This is the Belief True Cream Aqua Balm. I did use this in one of my sample use-ups. It is completely cleaned out. I've kept the packaging because I have 3 different foil packet samples I've gotten from Sephora orders. So I plan on putting all of the product from those foils into this little jar just so it's easier to use. This is amazing. This is totally worth the hype. This gives my oily skin the perfect amount of moisture and hydration without making me feel too greasy. So I've tried other high-end moisturizers that I like that I've gotten from Sephora Play Boxes or foil packets from different orders, but this is the only one where I would actually contemplate buying this in the full size because I thought it was incredible, and this little sample actually did last me quite some time. So I'm still going to continue picking up the foil packet samples whenever I can, maybe trying to get that as a coupon code or a point perk or something, because I think that's an amazing product. If you have oily skin, highly, highly recommend. And this one is the Aqua Balm. They do make a moisture balm that is targeted for more dry skin types, so I'm sure you guys know that, but I just thought I would mention it. The next thing is something I love. This is the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Driver's Seat. This is a really pretty terracotta color. I did use this back in last fall, And oh, I love the applicator shape. It is that triangle shape with the hole in the middle to hold more product. I like this shape because it is easy for me to line and fill in my lips. I do not have a very defined Cupid's bow, so I really like having an applicator like this because it makes it easy to line my lips without overlining or making a big sloppy mess. This is more of a moussey consistency. This is not very thin or creamy at all, but I really like this. I found that it was very comfortable, it wore well, and I've contemplated buying more of these in the full size. And they do have really nice shades, but I don't see any color that I feel is perfect or perfect for me. So this is a shade that I would not have picked out myself. So I'm really glad that Sephora sent this to me because it's an amazing color and I know I'm gonna wear it a lot this fall. So I definitely recommend these if you see a color that you like because the formula is really, really nice for a liquid lipstick. And the last item I had gotten from Sephora Play was the Blinc Amplified Mascara. So I decided to declutter that. I sent it to my friend Jean. We actually exchanged an item that you guys should see in next month's Thoughts on Hauls. But I tried the original in the past and I did not like it at all. This is one of the tubing mascaras. It is so liquidy that it takes forever to dry, and if you blink you're gonna have mascara all over your face and then you're not gonna be able to get it off. So the actual mascara, when I get it on my lashes and then when I wash it off, it is cool that it comes off in tubes, but it was so finicky to work with because I either got it under my eyes, on my lids, or on my contacts, which is the freaking worst, and it was just way more hassle than what it was worth. And I know that the Amplified is different. I think it just has a different brush, but tubing mascaras are just not for me. I will stick with just my regular wet mascara formula because that was absolutely outrageous, so hard for me to work with, and no ma'am, no Pam, no ham. I do not want to try that again. So guys, this is my pretty short hit or quit thoughts on hauls. I would love to know your thoughts if you tried out any of these products. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.